Hi, I'm Tarrant.
And I'm Stella, and this is Meeple University What to Expect from Teotihuacan City of Gods.
Released in 2018, Teotihuacan City of Gods is an action Rondelle game set during the construction of the Mesoamerican city of Teotihuacan. It was designed by Daniele Tascini and published by NSKN Games. The game plays 2 to 4 players with an estimated duration of 90 to 120 minutes. It is a medium to heavy complexity game requiring a fair degree of planning, as optimizing a player's actions requires the careful grouping of workers of the right values in the right places and at the right times. The game also comes with a solo mode which was developed by David Turchi. The game has a pre-printed board or a series of tiles which can be placed over the pre-printed components of the board to randomize the setup and maximize replayability. In the game, players play as noble families contributing to the construction of Teotihuacan. Through the game, players will be collecting resources in order to spend them on actions which will score victory points, in particular the building and decorating of the Great Pyramid. The game is played over 3 phases, each separated by a mid or end game scoring round, and the player with the highest score after 3 scoring rounds wins the game. At its core, the game is a Rondelle movement game. Each round, players move one of their 3 or 4 workers clockwise around the rondelle by up to 3 spaces, taking the action at the destination. Groups of workers can take more powerful actions than individual workers, and so players who specialise and keep their workers grouped together will have better actions but less flexibility in their strategy. Workers are represented by dice, but the dice are never rolled. Instead, they begin at a 1, representing an inexperienced worker, and 1 or 2 of them can be powered up each time a player takes an action with them. More experienced workers can perform some actions, particularly resource gathering, much more efficiently than less experienced ones. Once a player powers a worker up to 6, that worker achieves Ascension, which resets that worker to a 1, but it gives the player some extra bonus points or actions and steps up the Avenue of the Dead track. A major part of the game is the pursuit of cocoa. Taking any main action on the board requires a player to pay cocoa equal to the number of colours of worker already on that location, meaning popular spaces will tend to be more expensive to use, which incentivises the diversification of strategies between players. Players can always forego their action at a location just to gain cocoa equal to 1 more than the number they would have had to have paid to take the action. But they'll generally want to look for other ways to gain cocoa if they want to maximise their actions through the game. On the rondelle, players can gain the 3 main building resources: stone, wood, and gold. Players can spend gold to gain technologies, which will improve the efficiency of the other actions they take in the game. And players can take actions, including the special worship actions, which will allow them to move up the temple tracks. These tracks provide increasing benefits, either in building resources, victory points, or cocoa, to players as they move up them. And players who reach the top of a track can unlock some powerful victory point bonuses which will be available for them at the end of the game. Players will then spend their resources on the main point scoring actions. They can build houses in order to please the nobles and increase on the Avenue of the Dead. They can seek out and then construct sets of differing masks, or they can lay tiles or decorations onto the pyramid. Players will collectively contribute to the same pyramid, but will score points individually for their efforts. At the eclipse, players score again for their progress on building the pyramid, their progress on the Avenue of the Dead, and their sets of masks. The pyramid and avenue tracks are worth a decreasing number of points at each subsequent eclipse, while the masks and the avenue track, if gained early in the game, will be scored at all 3 eclipses. And so, the players need to consider the economy of chasing these high point scoring options early in the game against the benefits that they would gain from early engine building on their play later in the game. after the third eclipse, which can be triggered by the completion of the pyramid, there is a third round of eclipse scoring which is added to the victory point bonuses from the tops of the temple tracks, and the player with the highest score wins the game. The game also comes with a solo mode, in which you play a 2-player game against an automa which uses these tiles and a roll of dice to select its actions.
And that's what to expect from Teotihuacan City of Gods.
We hope you enjoyed this video, and if you'd like to learn the rules to the game in full, you can click on the link in the description to check out our how to play video for this game.
If you have any comments, feedback, questions, or just want to say hi to us, please write in the comment sections below.
And finally, if you'd like to be among the first to know what's new from Meeple University, please consider subscribing to our channel by clicking on the Meeple in the corner. You'll be helping us out to monetize this channel, put back into it, and bring continuing content for you.
Until next time.